The Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform for and about independent artists. Music, interviews, and much, much more. Now, give it up. Your host, Smiley J.
Hey y'all, what's happening? Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone, a platform dedicated to independent music creators. And I am your host, Smiley J. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are hanging out with me today. Yes, you guys know I do this all for you. Well, a lot for me too, because I just love independent music creators. Yes, I love introducing you guys to some really dope artists from everywhere. Yes, from around the world. You know, where I get to showcase their music, you know, and have an up-close, personal, fun conversation with the artist. Yes, and as you guys know, it is June, which is Black Music Appreciation Month. Now, it's no secret that Black music and Black culture have and will continue to have a rich, lasting influence on music. Yes, and that's music around the world, not just American music. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I celebrate Black Music 365. Yes. However, I do appreciate, the month. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate the month. Now, some may say, why is Black music important? Great question. Black music is important because Black music covers a wide range of topics from love to injustice and, and all in between. Yes, because, Black music talks about real, relatable topics, yes. And the topics, a lot of the topics have a really great influence in our communities and beyond. Now, with that said, I would like to know, who are some of your favorite Black artists, musicians, or producers? Yes, drop me some comments. I want to know what you're listening to, who you're listening to, and why, okay? And also, do you have a favorite song? Do you have like that favorite song that you go to, that song that may inspire you, or that song that makes you want to dance? I want to dance tonight. Or, that song that brings back really good memories, So, I think that we all have that special song, that we go to, when we need it. I know I do. Yes, I do. Now, that is what good music is all about. Well, today in the Artist Zone, I have a special guest. Yes, he is a veteran Motown producer. Yes, his name is Michael B. Sutton. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Sutton. Michael B. Sutton is a music genius. He is a singer, songwriter, producer, musician, and a music editor who has written, produced, and scored over 300 songs for major artists as well as film and television. Now, there is so much more to this guy. I'm only gonna touch on the surface, so I'm gonna have to bring him back. But right now, I need you guys to help me welcome Mr. Michael B. Sutton. Greetings, welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone. How are you today, sir?
I'm just finding you, Smiley J.
I'm doing well. It's good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Yes, it's been a long time, but you're here, and I'm glad that you're here because we're going to talk about your single, BandAid for a Broken Heart.
BandAid for a Broken Heart. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
I love that title.
Oh, by the way, Smiley J, congratulations on the cover of the magazine. You look great.
Thank you. Yes, Pump It Up Magazine did me right. Thank you so much. So if you guys missed it, make sure you check it out. Pump It Up Magazine. Yes.
That's it. That's right.
Now, we're going to talk about that remedy for broken hearts in just a minute.
Okay.
But listen, Mr. Sutton, here on the Smiley J Artist Zone, me and my listeners, we are always learning something from my guests. Mm-hmm. And with that said, we are celebrating Black Music Month. And when you talk about celebrating Black music, you have to mention Motown. Yeah, which was founded by Berry Gordy in like 1959, the first Black-owned record label, right?
Yes, I know it was the first one, but it was right around the time with a lot of them were formed at the time, but it was one of the first.
Okay, but he featured mainly Black artists, so
Yes, for sure.
Kudos to that. Now, you were a major part of the team of songwriters and musicians who produced a lot of music for Motown artists.
Yes, yeah. I signed there in right before the 80s, 1976, something around that time. I signed there for 6 years, and I worked with, oh my goodness, I was signed by Iris Gardy, who was Gardy. She was head of A&R at the time. And then later on, my boss was Suzanne DePass, became my boss. Mm-hmm. And when I came in there, oh my goodness, I was signed with my ex-wife, Brenda. We had a team as a writing team. And we signed there. Stevie Wonder actually brought us there. I met Stevie at an interview, at an audition at his music teacher's studio. I met him there, and and next thing he said, I want to take you to Motown and introduce you to my people. And the rest was history. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. Suzanne DePass. And so Suzanne DePass, she connected me with a lot of writers, Iris and her, a lot of writers when I got there. My goodness. Hal Davis was one of the first producers I met with. And as a matter of fact, he was producing the first outside act, because Motown didn't produce a lot of outside acts at the time. He was producing Bette Midler, of all people. And two of my songs were chosen for that, yeah.
Okay.
For that project. It never came out, but it was still Bette Midler. It was funny. There's just a lot of stories behind that. We have so many stories to tell. We have to do it in 3 sessions.
Wow, that's interesting. And I love Bette Midler because I like her. She's sassy. I love sassy women.
Yeah, right. And then after that, there was Smokey. It was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's the Forever Michael album, a song called Cinderella Stay a While, which I wrote with a phenomenal writer who was an Academy Award nominee writer. It was Mac David, the brother of Hal David and Burt Bacharach. Hal David. And Mac David was a lyricist in the family. And so Suzanne connected me with him to sit down and write.
So what was the production process like at Motown?
I was like, Barry Gordy was a former GM, General Motors employee, so he knew how to assemble assembly line. But it was great. It was phenomenal because we had everything was really organized. And for African American men to set up something like that, you think it's really miraculous and very outstanding. I think I give him kudos. It's phenomenal the way he set it up. We had a session department that we go in and turn our session. We say we're going to record a track. Say we're going to do 3 tracks. Back then we had to record usually 3 tracks in 3 hours, an hour a track. And so you set up a time. You go to the sessions department. We met with a girl her name was Liz Moran. I never forget. Liz Moran. We met her in the session department. We turn in our budget, and she gets it approved by the A&R, like Suzanne or Iris Gardy, and get it approved. And then we go into the studio and we cut our rhythm track. And the rhythm track is the first thing we cut. And then we had our musicians are there right when by the time we get there, they're already there. There's a guy who passes out the W-2 forms for the musicians. We record the song, and then there's a sweetening session. The next day is the sweetening session. We had maybe percussion, strings, things like that. And then there's a mixing session. We go to one of the studios and we mix. We had 3 studios at the time. It's called Mo West Studios. It was on the Romaine Avenue in Hollywood. And so we mixing session. Then there was a mastering session. Completely different than the way we record today, let me tell you.
Wow. Wow, this is so interesting. Listen, it's not every day that a girl gets to talk to a former Motown producer, So I have many questions, but I'm going to reserve some of them for next time. But I do have a question for you. I know that you have many memorable moments. And is there one moment that kind of sticks out in your head, where it was a fun moment or...
A fun moment? Yeah, there's a lot of fun moments because the musicians, everybody, when you come to musicians, they come in and everybody's laughing and talking about each other. It's like high school, It's like talking about each other, what they wore, and fun. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. Yeah, it was they be playing the dozens. They talk about each other's mama, and it was crazy. But it was
so you guys were cutting up.
Oh yeah, it was fun though, but it made the session much more live. We had some of the best musicians in the world. You know, Ray Parker Jr., James Gatson, one of the top. These are all like some of the top musicians now. They've all become superstars in their own right now. Ray Parker Jr. guitar, James Gatson drums is one of the top 50 drummers in the world. Eddie Bongo from the original Funk Brothers, James Jamerson, you know, oh my goodness. I can name so many, Eddie Bongo, Sylvester Rivers, people with John Barnes, Sonny Burke, just tons of phenomenal musicians. You know.
Yes.
We had fun in the studio. Yes.
Do you guys still keep in touch?
Yeah, matter of fact, I just recorded some things with James Gatson, who did some drums for it. He's still playing drums. His timing is exceptional. He's still playing just as good as he did back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah. And Ray Parker, of course, you know, he produced a big song of ours, Shake It Up Tonight on Cheryl Lynn.
Cheryl Lynn, yes.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. So, BandAid for a Broken Heart. We're going to talk about that. The title is so interesting. So you got to tell us, what was the motivation behind that song?
You know, I think I'm trying to think where I was when I was writing that song. I think it was mainly the motivation behind it was that, you know, you meet someone, a guy meets a girl or a girl meets a guy. Most of the time it's a guy meets a girl and she talks about this the second time around or the third time around and somebody broke her heart. And I used to make a statement say, I had nothing romantic, that one time came to me and said she had a bad breakup with her boyfriend, and I've had it with me, my own family, my daughters. And I said, well, make sure if your heart breaks, make sure it breaks open, you know, you still open your heart. And then so one day I was just thinking, I said, wow, you know, most time you just want to be a friend and talk to them and have just have a conversation. Go for a walk and talk to them and just be a friend, you know, instead of, you know, a lot of times the remedy usually is a one-night stand for some women and some men, a one-night stand or a rebound, you know, that's a BandAid, you know, it's a temporary thing.
Right.
To become a friend. So I came with the idea of, wow, you need more than a BandAid for your broken heart. Like the lyric said, let's go for a walk. I'll listen to your story, you know. Then it speaks a lot about just a relationship becoming a friend. And if something comes out more than that, then that's the way it is. Like my present wife now. We both had more than BandAids for our broken hearts. So we're still together now for 5 years.
Beautiful,
that's
beautiful. Yes. Good stuff, too. Now, you know, when you think of broken hearts, a lot of times people automatically think of women. But, you know, men, you know, get broken hearts as well.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember your first broken heart?
Yeah, I remember a lot of broken hearts because I was short in school. I was the shortest guy, one of the shortest guys in school, and all the girls wanted the tall guys. I remember one time at church, I was going to this church. I was the organist at a church, and I really liked this girl, and she wrote me a note. I said, and she said, "You have pretty eyes, but too young, too short." I said, "Oh. Man." Oh. Yeah, but I mean, that's life, you know. Like, and then one day I found out later on that a lot of the most confident men are shorter, you know. So that's okay. I'm good. Barry Gordy was short, so I'm good.
Yeah. See, there you go. Yes. Now, Michael, I checked out some of your music. You know those words, and I love your lyricism. You know, it speaks love, hope, and joy. And today I'm gonna actually play BandAid for a Broken Heart, you know, for my listeners in a few short minutes.
Sure.
But I want to finish talking about you and your work. You have, you know, over the years, you have collaborated with a lot of folks throughout your career. Recently, you collaborated with actually, it was a former guest, bassist Mitchell Coleman Jr. Yes. Nice guy. Enjoyed this interview.
Yeah, Mitch is a phenomenal bass player. Underrated, but he's a phenomenal bass player. He's right there. I think I'm actually on Spotify. He's in a Spotify playlist called Bottoms Up with Marcus Miller, Victor Wooten, some of the best in the world.
Good.
Yeah, he's really talented man. But I'm enjoying working with him, producing. I worked on, this is his fourth album that we worked on together. I produced with him. And the second album, this album here is going to be phenomenal. And you know, the first single out of it is called Glide, the pleasure track.
Yes,
Glide.
Yes.
Doing quite well.
I actually played it here.
Cool. Yeah.
So did you also work with Miss Frida Payne?
And work with her now, Frida Payne. She drives me nuts in the studio, but she's phenomenal. She's a legend.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And Miss Payne, if you're listening, we love you, and I would love to have you here in the Artist Zone.
Yes, we love you. Yeah. And she has a new single out I just produced called, oh my God, remake of the one that Anissa did. It's called Just to Be With You. Mm-hmm. It's out now. It's doing well. It's on the Smooth Jazz chart right now, and she was one of the most added records when it first came out to Billboard. And so, hope that it'll chart soon, Billboard. But it's doing well.
Good.
And working on her album now. We just did a remake for Mitch. She's actually singing a song called "Do You Still Dream About Me," a former Nancy Wilson track, which she recorded at one time. But Mitchell wanted, Mitchell's album is actually dedicated to his mother. So he wanted a song. He wanted someone to sing a song, Frida to do a song that his mother would like. And Frida, his mother was a big Nancy Wilson fan. So Frida, to get this straight, so Frida decided to do this song, "Do You Still Dream About Me?" So that's going to be on Mitchell's album. It'll also be on Frida's album as well.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now I got to ask you, because you're a musician. I know you're busy, working and collaborating with other people as well as your own music. Do you listen to the radio?
Honestly, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, no. It's interesting. I listen. I mean, sometimes it's on if we're in the car. If we're on Sirius satellite radio, listen in the car. Mm-hmm. But I don't really listen. I never really studied music, studied artists so much. I just wrote from the hip, pretty much. Yeah, just vibes. Okay. Sometimes I would hear something, I would get inspired by something, maybe a beat or something like that. But I don't listen to tons and tons of radio. My wife, Anissa, she listens to a lot of radio. She knows more artists than I know, actually, from different genres, from rock to pop to dance to hip hop. Yeah. So.
Yeah, she is very, very well versed. Mm-hmm. So, well, I guess I was going to ask you, is there anything in your mind that's missing from today's music?
Oh, no, okay, from today's music,
Yes.
I don't want to be judgmental because everybody's doing their best, the music, trying to make it, and I don't know what's missing. I don't know if there's anything really missing from today's music. It's a conglomeration of everything. Look at Bruno Mars. They're going back to doing what we did in the 70s. So
because it worked.
I said something, yeah, because it worked, and then it also worked. But then you have people like Cardi B, and you have Beyonce, and you have people like Joe, and you have my goodness, Charlie Wilson's back. So it seems to all be working, So there's room for everybody. I mean, I'm not for a lot of profanity and profane stuff that's really offensive to women and to men, or to children, And political stuff is, it's sometimes it's often, but sometimes people have a voice. But so I really I think it should be all inclusive. I don't think it should leave anybody out necessarily.
I like that. Yes, yeah. It's enough room for everyone, and there's an audience for everyone. Even the raunchy stuff.
Yeah, that's right. It's a raunchy. Yeah. Back you think of the '60s with the Motown, the songs were a lot of. Men used to cry in the songs in the early days,
Yes.
Was it "Ain't Too Proud to Beg"? You remember?
That's right.
Men begged the woman for love.
And guess what? And the women love that stuff too. We still do. Mm-hmm. So don't stop begging, men.
Right. I ain't stopped begging. I still beg.
So. You coming from a big oil machine like Motown, who were like some of your favorite artists?
I think right off the bat, of course, Stevie. The first album, that Talking Book album, is phenomenal. Talking Book, Stevie. Then there's Smokey. Oh my goodness, Smokey, Marvin. They just had like standout artists. It's one of those things that the universe drops in on you, and they say, here's some talent that's going to always be around forever. You have a Stevie Wonder. You have a Marvin Gaye, a Smokey Robinson, a Michael Jackson, Jackson 5. Just so many artists. Diana Ross is at Motown. There's other artists out there, Dionne Warwick, and oh my goodness, so many out there. Streisand, and so many beautiful artists.
All legends, all legendary artists.
Yeah, they'll be around for a while. Yeah, forever.
Yes. Now, I have such a very diverse audience, but I do have a lot of artists that that tune in and listen to the show. And you have been in the music business for a while, and I know that you have seen the good, bad, and the ugly. So I have to ask this question, especially to the up-and-coming artists who may be listening. What one piece of, critical advice that you would give to an up-and-coming independent artist?
I'll tell you, right off the bat, of course, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. I mean, it may take a little while longer, maybe patience. Be true to your craft. Is this whatever inspired you to get in this business? Stick with it. Don't get pulled off to the side, to the left, or to the right. Stick with your guns, because you never know that the next step that you take or the next song that you write is going to be the one that gets you to where you want to be, or is the next step that to get you where you want to be. So I would say to be true to yourself. Be true to your faith. So if you have a faith or you're spiritual, be true to that as well. Be true to your friends. Be true to your family. Be true to yourself. Those saying, to thine own self, be true.
All right. All right. Love it. Love it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put on your song. But before you go, I want to thank you for joining me and hanging out in Artist Zone. And I'm going to have to do part 2 because I got lots more questions for you.
Sure. I'm looking forward to it.
But before you go, if anybody wants to work with you or, can you just give out all of your information, your social media handles?
Sure. You can reach me at thesoundofla.com. Email at soundofla12@gmail.com. And we also have reach you at yourmusicconsultant.com. And that's it. And you can reach me anytime there at those addresses.
Okay. Well, you know what? Real quick, you mentioned your music consultant. Can you briefly tell us a bit about your company?
Yeah, Your Music Consultant. I consult for a lot of up-and-coming artists where we consult and sort of guide them to the next step in their career. They want promotion, radio promotion. We do radio promotion, Spotify promotion. We don't use spams. We don't use bots. It's not fake. We playlisting we buy ads. We do everything above board. Twitter promotion, social media promotion, you name it. We do all that on Your Music Consultant. So we partner with that artist and we become their consultant. They go to team to help them get where they want to go.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you. That's a great service that you have to offer, the artists. A lot of times they don't have a compass of, what's next other than I perform. Right. I just want to perform music, but the business side is so necessary. So, I had to share that with the audience. Again, Michael B. Sutton, I want to thank you. Continued success to you and your wife and all that you guys do.
Are you welcome?
Make sure you come back and hang out with me again.
Oh, I will. I'm looking forward to it.
Most definitely. Well, until next time, be well. Peace.
You too. Peace. Hello, this is Michael B. Sutton, Your Music Consultant in the Sound of L.A., and you're listening to the Smiley J Artist Zone.
I think I know why you're crying, girl. I can read what's written in your tears. I may not have a quick remedy for your pain, but I want to let you know that for you I'm here. I see through your heart, it's made of glass. says it's hard to make up your mind, baby. I know it's easy to be confused. You've been left alone, feeling like you've been abused. And I ain't saying that I'll fix it quick. I ain't trying to pull off some magic trick. I won't try to do that, baby. Listen to your story right from the start and give you more than a band-aid for your broken heart. Yeah. Don't wanna patch you up, girl. Won't play that part. I wanna give you more than a band-aid for a broken heart. Don't wanna patch you up, girl. Won't play that part. I wanna give you more than a band-aid for a broken heart. I know it's hard for you to trust and love again, baby. Yeah, darling. But just let me hold you. Be patient with your feet and be your friend. I know you've been hurt. Don't like to feel. So can we talk? Let's go for a walk. I'll listen to your story. You write your story. Give you more than a band-aid for your broken heart. Don't wanna patch you up, no. I won't play that part. Don't wanna play that part. I'll give you more than a band-aid for a broken heart. Don't wanna patch you up, girl. Won't play that part. No, baby. I wanna give you more than a band-aid for a broken heart.
All right. That was so much fun. I swear I have some amazing guests. Yes, I do. And you guys be sure to check out Michael B. Sutton's music. Check out his latest song, BandAid for a Broken Heart. Yes, he's helping you mend that broken heart, y'all. And to all of my indie artists out there, you may also want to check out his artist service company, yourmusicconsultant.com. Now, y'all know the drill around these parts. You like what you hear, you download it, and you add it to your playlist. Yes, that's how we do it. I love y'all, but I gotta go. Until next time, be well, stay safe, and remember to listen to good music. Your ears will thank you for it. I'm Smiley J, and I'm out.